Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Your Honors. Thank you so much for having this opportunity to speak here tonight. My name is Dr. James Eric McDonough. I'm a citizen of Miami-Dade County. I live in the Redlands. I'd first like to thank everybody that's here in this room. What they've had to say has really just touched my heart and is probably well past where I would like to go. But I would hope that you would listen to them and that you would take their consideration seriously, which I feel that you will. And hopefully they will get resolution. I'm here tonight on behalf of myself, not my employer, the federal government. I do have authority to make negotiations, legal negotiations on behalf of the United States government. And as all public officials here, I also swore an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Surely this panel is aware of the wave of accountability for corruption and government malfeasance that's sweeping the nation. And again, I thank you for opening this panel up for all of us here to speak and to be able to bring our issues and address them. In common sense, Thomas Paine said, when we suffer or are exposed to the same miseries by a government, which we expect without a government, our calamity is heightened by reflecting on the fact that we furnish the means by which we suffer. My problems began when I exercised my First Amendment rights. I was concerned for the safety of the children in my community, including my own. I asked an officer in my neighborhood to drive respectfully and to please obey the law. Since then, I've been retaliated against multiple times, including false imprisonment, false arrest, and other retaliations. I will not go into all the resulting retaliation against my rights by the Homestead Police Department, the Miami-Dade Police Department, and the Miami-Dade State's Attorney's Office, among others. As part of these improper actions, I have been 3 times now burdened with false stalking injunctions. The reasons that these injunctions have been upheld include me criticizing the performance of an officer's behavior, the media publishing my story, and me filing a complaint. All of this is clearly constitutionally protected First Amendment activity, and I'm appalled that the court would continue, not this court, but the 11th Judicial will continue to hit me with false stalking injunctions, even when the officer fails to show up all 3 times. I've also filed injunctions myself, but have been denied, even though I've made allegations of at least 3 acts of violence and 5 acts of stalking or harassment against myself. The Florida Senate in 2011 did a study showing that 58% of all repeat violence injunctions are dismissed. Within the repeat violence injunctions are also the stalking injunctions. And in this study, they advised and recommended that sanctions should be held for those abuse the system. They also talk about filing fees, but that is a concern as it would possibly affect the Violence Against Women Act funding. So I guess the greatest hope I would have is that we could get sanctions for people who abuse the system this way. Because of the ruling in Wolf v. Foreman from the 3rd DCA Florida in 2013, which extended the litigation privilege to the filing of a complaint, I'm barred from bringing any meaningful redress for these actions, at least in Miami, in the state court system. This is further compounded by the fact that the courts appear to be overly reluctant to sanction a plaintiff, particularly those in law enforcement, when they perpetuate a fraud upon the court by committing perjury. My question to this panel then becomes, how does a citizen being abused by a police officer who is using the courts as a weapon find any meaningful and lawful redress? Also, how does the future vision of this court allow for such issues to be properly addressed? Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. If you want to submit the written comments, please do on your left, on your right.
Okay, I can leave this for it. I just wrote it up just now.
I appreciate that.
I wanted to, again, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me and other citizens that the judiciary would go out of their way to allow us an opportunity to speak to you. And throughout my battle, I can't tell you how many people, from mayors to city managers to just about everybody else involved, who has blocked me from being able to bring my complaint forward. And again, I want to thank you and admonish you for allowing us this opportunity.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Next person I have